What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. So today we are doing an icon swaps offline squad. Alright guys, so here we are doing an icon swaps offline squad. This is for the objective. I'll back out and show you quickly after we've shown the squad here. If we look over at a single player offline icon swaps here, you'll notice that I just have the one left. I already put out a video for Mexico and the United States. Hopefully I'll remember to link that in a card in the upper corner or something. Getting a little fancy now. Very cool. You have to win 5 squad battles matches on minimum world-class difficulty using 7 Chinese league players and 4 J1 league players. Now, I waited on this one because you'll see in a second. Actually, I'll show you here. If you go to season progress, or you can get this guy Yamaguchi, who is a J League player. He strong links to both David Villa and to Iniesta, 2 SBC cards that have come out. So if you've done those, you're in good shape there. This El Shawari is also a CSL player, so if you want to go with him, I wouldn't blame you at all either. He strong links to Eder, who's a player who actually makes this team. So you'll notice that of these teams, I'm going ahead and playing the lowest rated one. It's 69 rating, 32 chemistry. So I'm going to play it on world class, but you don't have to, or sorry, on legendary. You could play this on world class and still qualify for the, whatever it's called, for the objective. Let me just put in quickly a Chinese league manager, just because we have more of those players in the squad. And then we'll talk about the squad really quickly. So in net, it didn't really matter who you put in here. I just happened to have this center back, and then I got this goalie for 200 coins to perfect link to him. So they both got perfect chemistry. As you can see, 10 and 10. Miranda is like by far the best defender in the CSL, I think. So I put him in there. 84 defending, 64 pace, not great, but squad battles doesn't really matter. Mascherano starts there on 6 chemistry. I have a lot of good midfielders. That's what I noticed. So I put in Yamaguchi, who we talked about, Paulinho, Iniesta, and then I have this Hulk card, the Scream Hulk card. You can use regular Hulk out here on this right wing. He'll be quite good as well. This guy is just to provide perfect chem to Yamaguchi, so he stays on, well, 9 chemistry, but he would be if he was in position. Villa and Eder up top, which is actually a pretty lethal strike force, I think. Haven't used this Eder card at all. Haven't used this Yamaguchi card at all. I have used this Mascherano sparingly, so it'll be good to get into this team. Obviously, all the normal versions of these cards are okay to use as well. I was going to say equally good. Probably not equally good, obviously. Some of the boosts on these cards are very high, but you can just use the normal gold cards and be just fine. So we are going to get into this game here. I guess I'll just live comment and give you some tips for squad battles. Somebody commented on the Mexican and American one that we did a week or so ago. See how weak this team is? They have Jay Rodriguez, I think it's Jay Rodriguez, a striker playing at center back. They have a left back playing at striker. They have a central mid, a striker and a center mid are their center back pairing. So, you know, it shouldn't be too difficult of a game here. So anyway, I guess I'll give some tips on how I beat squad battles. Oh, I forgot to show the custom tactic. So we are going to play in this custom tactic. Hopefully it shows it. Yeah. So it's a 4-4-2, second variation, just a little more defensive so we can play out from the back here. Paulinho and Mascherano, just because they have such good defensive stats, are going to play right and left back. They're good on the ball. They can press going forward as well. Tanaka and Hulk as the wingers, Iniesta and Yamaguchi holding down the midfield, and then our strike force should be able to get the goals that we need. So we are going to turn on overload ball side and team press. You can just wait for them to come to you, but I find it's a little more entertaining if you push them a little bit. You can see Villa on the ball here finding Hulk. Let's see if Hulk can find a pass. He does. Eder and Villa linking up. Can't quite get that second pass to him. Yeah, so generally the squad's fairly easy to beat, especially when you choose teams that are this low. Low chemistry is actually more important than low squad rating because low chemistry will give up to like plus 10s and maybe even more. I'm not 100% sure on chemistry against the player. So it'll give like minus stats. Like, you know how chemistry generally, when you have 10 and 100 team chem, it'll give you like plus stats. As we hit a nice finesse shot there with Hulk, force a nice save. It'll give you plus 10 in some stats, plus 5 and plus 15. When you don't have very good chemistry, it'll subtract that. So like Rodriguez, for example, his defending stats are already bad, and then they get even worse because he literally has stats taken away from his card. So this is Hotaru, who I believe is Yamaguchi here. Eder on the ball. Looks like some pretty nice dribbling. Let's find Yamaguchi back. Let's have a long shot just for... Oh, Chris Smalling with a nice block. Playing a very defensive central midfield role. Iniesta trying to get around it here. Finds David Villa, who turns and off the post. Oh, man. David Villa is actually a really, really good card. I've used him in a number of weekend league squads, both as a sub and as a starter when I had him surrounded by other icons. It's a very good card. Highly recommend it if it ever comes back out into a squad building challenge. I would definitely recommend it. Look at that nice run he's making on the volley. Oh, nice hit. And that was on his weaker foot. I believe he has... Does he have a 5-star weak foot? I'm not 100% sure, as a matter of fact. But he almost gets to a header there. Nice ball in from Iniesta. Unfortunately, not able to connect. Tanaka and Yamaguchi working to try to get the ball back. Instead, Bi Jinhao. Apologies if I'm butchering any of these names, if anyone is Chinese or Japanese, and I'm completely pronouncing these wrong, which I probably am. I do apologize for that. Obviously, I'm more familiar with players like Hulk. That's pretty easy for me to say. But anyway, so as for squad battles, again, for some reason I struggle playing online. Like generally, like I'm able to beat these teams like 5, 6, 7-0, like scoring at will. As you can see, we are on the counterattack here. I expect this to turn into a goal. We are going to play it back to Hulk. Or not. We will play it to Hulk there. And what? Did you see the curl on that ball? It curled out of the goal. That was crazy. Anyway, that second pass is supposed to go to Hulk. Hulk is still just hanging out of bounds. He's just having fun out there. I'm not sure what's going on. But Iniesta does get the ball. And we are looking to be on the attack again. We find David Villa, who fake shots nicely. Fake shots again. It is pretty easy, especially in the second half. They kind of unlock from you sometimes when you do skill moves. So it is fairly easy to break this down. You can just possess it around the edge here until you find a nice opportunity. Dude, we just nutmegged that guy. That was sick. Nice drag back. Oh, Cork, of all people, making a tackle there. And if you win it back high off the pitch like this, you can counter really effectively. David Villa looks like he's in. Finds a nice pass. And Tanaka not able to get there, but fortunately for us, we do win it back right away. He might be offside, and it was a terrible pass anyway. I really need a goal here because to show you that I do know what I'm doing. This is a really good team against a really bad team. But again, every time I record, for some reason, it just seems like, I don't know, maybe I tried too hard. Maybe I'm playing balls I wouldn't normally play. Like, that's a really good ball. Okay, Eder should score there, and does, finally. Okay, so hopefully the floodgates open here. But we do get our first goal. Eder with a really nice shot there. His stats are actually quite good. 89 pace, 87 dribbling, 85 shooting. If that all gets boosted, he could be quite a good player. Actually, I don't think there's a chemistry style that boosts pace attacking, pace shooting and dribbling. I don't think there is one. We're going to find David Villa back there. Nice shot. Oh, what a save from the keeper. What's going on here? That is a ridiculous save under the circumstances. Iniesta puts another ball in here. Can we win a header? We do. And guess what? Another save from their keeper, who has just a name too long for me to remember. All right, we are checking back defensively here. As you can see, they haven't threatened us once, really, in any serious way. That was about their most threatening attack, and we cut it out easily. Mascherano and Paulinho doing just fine job at fullback. Let's see if our attackers can link up here. David Villa making a run, but instead Eder finds Hulk. We do find Iniesta, who can't seem to get the ball out of his feet. He was attacked by a couple of players there. But yeah, this is a really solid squad, and should be able to beat this team a little more handily than I'm making it look. I promise you I will get more than one goal. Just haven't been able to do that yet. David Villa finding a I tapped shoot by accident. That was horrible. That was a wonderful pass, and it really should be 2-0 now. That's my goal, though. Get 2-0 before the half. That's what we're trying to get here. Great tackle from Miranda. Pushes it forward. Finds a nice ball to David Villa. David Villa finds a nice ball to Tanaka, and Tanaka puts that ball in the net. Lee Tae-hee might have even gotten a touch on that. That was actually a rocket from Tanaka, of course, who's just a kind of a fill-in guy for chemistry. But yeah, just possess the ball as much as you can in terms of squad battles tips. Possess the ball as much as you can. Take shots when you're open. Look for those short 1-2 passes. The AI won't follow them as well as they should in many cases. And you're really not going to have to do too much defending. They're not that clever with the ball, even on Legendary, and I'm actually playing a level harder than you guys need to play. But we should get David Villa there. And I believe he has 4-star skills and does. We find a nice pass. We hit one off the outside of the post again. Hulk, help me out. Absolutely killing me. I do just want to take this opportunity, if anybody's listening as of right this second. If you're not subscribed to the channel, which most of my viewers are actually not, I would love if you guys just tap that subscribe button as we score another goal there. I do have a little button down the right-hand corner of the video right now, watermarked. If you just hover over that, the subscribe button will pop up. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video if this is helping you at all, giving you any team building activity ideas. It really does help the channel. And every time I check my little YouTube app just to see if I have a comment to respond to or another view or another like, it really does make my day. And I appreciate it very much. I'm also adding end cards to an end screen to the end of videos. So you guys will have suggested videos based on what you watch, based on what I have just released. That will be available in end screen cards. So if you do stick around to the end of the video, you'll be able to click on those and just go a little bit deeper into my channel. I have a ton of player reviews. I have a ton of squad builders. I try to keep them relevant and fresh. I'm really making a move into some data-driven player outcomes, just really trying to make a move into supporting the opinions I have with cold hard facts from games. Just so you guys know, I am a gold 2 standard player, gold standard, I will say. Normally I get gold 2. I have gotten gold 1. So yeah, I am a gold standard player, working my way up to elite. Hopefully we'll get there at some point this year. As of now, not quite been able to achieve it, but hopefully we will. So that's just a perspective I'm coming from. Most of my player reviews now will be playing 10 games with the player we're reviewing. 10 weekend league games, hopefully. I may have to change that to get some rivals stats, but I'd really rather not, because then it kind of not ruins the integrity, but it definitely differs. So can we find Hulk here? Nice. Good dribbling. Drag back, sort of. Right foot. His right foot is absolutely useless. Just hit that on your left. Just hit it on your left. Dang it, Hulk. Anyway, yeah, whatever I was saying before, basically that whole thing started with, if you can support the channel, it would mean a lot to me. We are as I'm recording this, we'll probably hit this by this point, but as I'm recording this, we are 1 subscriber away from 300, which is really just amazing. Like 300 people, whether it's out of pity or actual interest, have clicked that subscribe button, and that is just, it is truly amazing for me. You know, I'm sitting here in my living room trying to just pump out content for you guys that's meaningful. You know, I'm never going to release something that I don't think adds value to your experience playing the game. You know, that's really what I'm here for. Oh, that would have been a cool finish. To add value to you guys playing the game. If that value is in terms of entertainment, that's awesome. If that value is in terms of information, that's awesome. You know, I'm really trying to just provide a value to you guys, and obviously, you know, I want to be successful. I want to spread that to as many people as possible, and hopefully videos like this are one way to do that. So I am showing you guys a team that is obviously perfectly capable of not only performing on the level that you need to for the objective, but also performing at a level above. Just make sure you are playing some of those weaker teams. It definitely is helpful to do that. Makes things a lot easier than when you're playing against Van Dijk and Henry and Blanc and Zidane and things like that. So David Villa, hoping for a rebound there. Didn't get one, but a 3-goal lead is good. 5 is where you maximize your points. So if you are looking for points in squad battles, as Iniesta cuts out that pass nicely, Eder pushes into the box. Can we find Iniesta far post? No. What was I saying? Oh, 5 goals maximizes your point potential, so you will get the most points for 5 goals. I believe they stopped counting points after that 5th goal. For goals, at least. You also get subtracted points for goals against, so if you can keep that clean sheet, as I'm about to not. Oh, nice save from Li Shaohui. Shaohui? I don't know. Yeah, if you can keep them from scoring goals, you'll get more points. If you score more goals yourself, you'll get more points. Thought David Villa was making a run. He just kind of didn't feel like it, but somehow got a touch on that ball. But Chris Smalling cuts it out. Chris Smalling's actually a great card this year. Not quite to the Smaldini days of whatever that was, FIFA 15, FIFA 17 maybe. Not quite that good, but he's not a bad card, particularly his upgraded ones. I believe he has a headliner, as a matter of fact, and that's actually quite a good card. So it's hard to judge the value of cards like Yamaguchi or Eder, just because you're playing against a squad that is offline players. Obviously, we are playing at Legendary, which is the generally accepted highest level. Of course, there is Ultimate, but most people don't play on that. Legendary is kind of the standard as far as offline offline play goes. So we are playing. Oh, I thought we had that pass there. So we are playing on Legendary, but it is still hard to really get a grasp of how good these players would perform for you if this was an online game. You know what I mean? So. Yamaguchi is somebody that could get worked into a weekend league squad at some point, or a rival squad, or whatever. This would be a team that I would actually feel comfortable with going into rivals. Oh gosh, I did concede a goal there. They do go more attacking the later in the game you go, which does make it easier to score, but also makes it potential for you to concede, especially if you're paying as little attention to the actual gameplay as I am in this one. Really just trying to find some topics to talk about, something relevant, something important, something worth listening to. We are coming up on the end of the game, and this is coming up on a 20-minute video, which is kind of where I like it. I actually have released 2 shorter videos the last couple of days, and they haven't been as successful, but they've been pretty good player reviews in my opinion. I thought they were actually very interesting. So if you guys want to check out the 2 most recent videos on my channel, one of them will get released or will get suggested to you on the end card if you do stick around for that. Another few minutes or so. Oh, man. I had an opportunity there, and I just missed it. Kim Han-gil. But it was a Daniel James player review, his most recent one. I also had a Mo Salah player review. I had a Luis Felipe Future Stars player review. I've had a Kubo player review, Future Stars, on the last few days. I did buy an Ernesto Valverde for 910,000 coins. I'm terrified. It's just way too many coins to be spending on one player, especially one that's not going to, make my main team. I've been working on trying to get De Bruyne, Team of the Year De Bruyne, that is. But I'm going to be doing an all La Liga squad this weekend for at least 10 games, tracking stats with a whole bunch of different Future Stars La Liga players, as well as Sergio Ramos. I'm going to do Player of the Month, Courtois. I'm going to do him and track stats with him. I've also got De Jong. Got a lot of players coming out as well. I did stat track on Inform Kyle Walker at right back. 91 road to the final N'Golo Kante. We did some stat tracking on him as well. Can we get another goal here? That's a great touch pass by Eder. Oh my gosh, Iniesta, get some separation, you old man. It's a little insulting. Iniesta, one of the best soccer players, football players, whatever players of all time, and I'm telling him that he is old. So we did win this game 3-1. Obviously, we could have performed better. I'm just a little bit camera shy every time I'm playing while I'm talking like this. I just don't quite play to my maximum potential. But as you can see, this team can quite easily get the job done. And this was a level higher than you guys would potentially be playing at. Great team ratings for player ratings for everybody. And although it was 3-1, we did dominate the stats. Not quite as much in the second half. And you can see how many points we got here. 2,012 points. And very happy with that. So hopefully this helped you guys out. Hopefully it gives you some ideas for how to build your squad. Any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And make sure you stick around for the end screen. Check out another video of mine or hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.